We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Novak. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. Two unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but two teams like this, and I remember in preseason you looked at schedules and said, I think these two are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Stanley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. And complete to Drake London. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch here for London, and also a first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Novak. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Looking to throw. Novak forced out to, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well, this defense for the Falcons very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
To the air, Allen. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. But you look at this defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. From the gun on 3rd down. Novak. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 9-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Novak. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Allen now looks to throw. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Running left, Achane. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
On first down, back to Achane. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Here now, 3rd and a yard. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Here's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Now Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Butker now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Next to score, Dolphins 14, Falcons 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Allen going to audible to a different look. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Falcons 10. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. That one deep for London. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Here's Allen to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's 3rd and 3. A give left side. Here's Achane. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
A former star at nearby Georgia Tech, Harrison Butker now for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now they'll shift things around. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2nd and 9 from the 44. On the give, here's Robinson. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll run for it with Robinson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
The slot man in motion right. On play action, Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here comes third down at 7. Now Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Looking to throw. Novak sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Back to throw. Novak firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 124 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Novak. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Novak. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Gabriel Davis laying himself out in the end zone. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They'll let Robinson try and run. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it in practices, extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
They're on 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Allen going to change the look here. Back to throw. Allen on the move to his left. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. Slot man moves right. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. Room past the 35. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll give this to Wright, running right.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it with Achane. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Out of the gun. Here's a give to Wright. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
A give up the middle to Wright. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Dolphins, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, there will be no perfect season here as the win streak to start the year ends at 11.